I guess loosely related, very loosely, is no cursing. I just wrote no cursing because I used to not curse ever. I don't know when it started, but I know it got worse when I first started tabletopping, and I was with the tabletopping group, where all of them, like all 4 or 5, 6 of the other people, cursed maybe every third word sometimes, and it was just like, wow. And that kind of rubbed off on me a bit because, I'm role playing with 5 other people who are just cursing constantly. Kind of, it's like, okay, it makes sense that my character would also know these words and be familiar with them, so I would do that occasionally more, just hearing it all the time, and it got kind of bad, and I started to DM, like, Game Master for a group, so I'd make NPCs that are like, Samuel L. Jackson, he just curses all the time, like, he's famous for just throwing in curses with almost every sentence, really, and so I had a character like that, so naturally I cursed a bunch, and it, got overboard. Now, randomly I'll say things like, I'm not going to curse on camera, but I'll say, like, what the, and I'll use the curse word instead of something funny or something interesting or, mixing it up. Like, I don't mix it up anymore. It's just the same, I used to never curse, and my vocabulary and the way I'd speak about things was just so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been cursing more at different times, too. And, I mean, it comes and goes, but they're just, it's not like it's bad in the sense of it's not...
The way it's loosely related to that other stuff is like the expressing into the world, like where you're
expressing it's just, it is bland. Like, it is all the words are overused, and they just don't really, like, actually have much impact. They kind of do in a way that it's like that's why people use them. So, well, that's not why people use them, but sometimes you can use them, like, it's supposed to, like, emphasize and have impact, which I think is, like, why they're considered curses. But they're also just it also kind of gets rid of the impact because it doesn't have clarity.
I remember this one time, it's probably 10 years ago, when I didn't curse almost ever. I used the word bloody once. I said, like, just get the bloody something. But because I was, just having fun playing with words and stuff, so I didn't mean it as, like, an intense curse word or something. But our other brother, I said it to our other brother, and he thought it was so intense. He's like, because I had never cursed or anything. Like, I never used harsh words. I had a proper vocabulary. And just him hearing me say bloody, he thought it was like, holy crap, James is, like, intense now.
Well,
this is a big deal. Like, there's so much impact just because he used that one word because I was playing around and he happened to...
Jim Henson, I guess, never swore, and he said damn, like, once, and it was, like, when he was diagnosed with cancer, and he was, like, and also, like, I don't know, a bunch of crazy stuff in his life or whatever, and people were like, well, this is serious. I don't know if it was cancer or whatever, but I think it was, part of his, like, when he died.
It is funny how much meaning we put on those kinds of words for impact, and then how that impact vanishes when you use it all the time.
Yeah.
And now I use it, not all the time, but randomly. It has no impact, and it's pointless, and it's just it's just a waste of sound waves.
Yeah. It kind of feels like if you don't use them, but you want to have the impact of using them, then you just need to be more connected to yourself to have that impact.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I want to say, what the, but I just say, what the, and I just use those 2 words, and really, like...
The suspension of nothing being there is
really emphasize them, that feels like it can add more.
Yeah.
It's just kind of reminds me too of, I was thinking of acting with that, because it's like you're expressing words and what the energy is behind the words. But then I was also related, or along with that part of acting, the ability to, like, be really sad or angry or something inside as a performer and you're not letting it come out. So it's like you're not letting the swear come out of your mouth, but it's like on the tip of your tongue, so that would have more impact than if the swear was just actually flowing out. Yeah.
One thing that's loosely related, but I've only sworn once. We've only done 2 sessions so far of this new tabletoping campaign, and the one time I swore, I did it kind of on reaction and in response to something, but I intentionally wanted these. It was a kid, so there's like these 2 kids that are just kind of obsessed with some things, and I wanted them to be like, when their thing they're obsessed with, like some wizard wasn't showing up at this place, one of them was going to curse, and they cursed. And if it was like later in the story, it probably would have been funnier and more impactful if like one of these kids was the first one to curse. But because it was like the second session or the first session, I don't even know which one. So much has happened. That this kid is the only single curse word in the whole story so far from a kid about the thing that they were obsessed with not showing up at this place. And like I could have done it in a different way, and it probably would have been better than just having the kid curse, or having so much more time before the kid finally does.
Yeah.
And then it would be more impactful and funny too.
I don't really remember.
It basically was like, it was a kid going, is Ronan going to be here?
Oh,
and
right.
it's like,
right.
No, he's not. And then one of the girls
Right,
shit. So like, that kind of thing. That would have been so funny, like way down the line.
Yeah.
Or if this was like built up or lingered longer, or if she just had a better vocabulary and like said something different, like what was really going on in her mind, rather than just a word that like the subtext of what's going on there. Like whatever she was actually thinking was probably way funnier than just the word that implies some things.
Right.
Like that one time that has happened so far, and it's like after I did it, I was like, I could have waited and done this like way later for more impact, or I could have just not done it at all and it would have been better.
And that is kind of what it is. It's the implication. It's like it's not a very precise thing. It's just implying something.
Yeah, it's a really lazy inference.
Yeah.
Like it infers something, and it's the laziest possible way of going about it.
Yeah.
And whether it's in a movie, in a book, in any kind of story, or in real life, anybody saying it, it's a waste of sound waves. It really is. But that's fine too. We waste a lot of things. Humans are good at this. We just do things, and that's one of them that I need to stop doing, because if I was aware and in full intelligence, I wouldn't do those things.